All right, boys and girls, this week we are going to make a bunny. And we're just going to do the bunny face and bunny head. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your paper and you're going to just fold it in half one way. You don't have to fold it in half two ways. Just fold it in half like a card, okay? And everybody should have this sheet, or you should have it on Seesaw. And basically we're going to follow it step by step here. I'm going to do it in Sharpie first. I think it's best if you do it in pencil. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the snout. And the snout is almost like a flattened circle. And what you might want to do, I always like to do, to move the paper around to draw the circle. And again, you want to do this first in pencil. I'm just doing it in Sharpie. Okay, so you want to have the circle a little bit below the halfway mark here, okay? And now what we're going to do is we're going to start the cheeks here. Now, if you look at the cheeks here, they're symmetrical. So what I like to do is I like to kind of put maybe a little point here on the paper of where I'm going to start and end the snout, okay? Because this way you want to try to keep it symmetrical. And if it's not exactly symmetrical, don't worry about it. It's okay. The next part of the bunny mouth, bunny head, is you're going to draw the top of the head. So again, you can see that you're not going to draw it all the way up to the top of the page. You're going to try to do it a little bit in the middle. So what I like to do is I also like to draw like kind of like a dot. Okay, if I draw a dot there, then I know I'm not going to go higher than that. And also, the top left and the top right are a little bit symmetrical too. So I'm going to draw my left side. And then I'm going to draw my right side. And to be honest, I sometimes like to turn my paper upside down so that I can meet it in the middle. If you have that little point, don't worry about you probably doing it with pencil. But even with a Sharpie, you could just smooth it out and just make it a little bit of a thicker line. Okay? So the next part we're going to do are the shoulders and the ears. And everything about this project is symmetrical. So I think the shoulders are a little bit easier. So we're going to do the shoulders first. And you see how the shoulders end at the bottom of the page? And you see how they have the same amount of space on the right-hand side as the same hand on the left-hand side? So what I'm going to do here on mine is I'm going to kind of just draw a dot at the bottom of the page so I know where it's going to end. And also I'm going to put a dot at the bottom here at a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left so that I know that it will start and end at a similar space. And as you notice, I'm holding the paper still with my hands so that it doesn't move. Okay, so now the ears. Now the ears, again, are also symmetrical. So I'm basically going to draw one, and then I'm going to try to draw the other one in the same kind of shape and size. And I'm going to also put like kind of like a dot of where it's going to end, okay? And again, feel free to rotate your paper. As you can see, I'm gliding my hand on the page. Okay? I'm gliding my hand on the page so that I have like a smooth line. And I'm going to do it on the left-hand side. Take your time. And again, you may want to rotate your paper so that you can have a smooth line. And have one on the right and have one on the left, okay? So the next part is doing the mouth and the eyes. And you can either do the mouth, you can do the eyes, but before you do that, you want to kind of do the little area where you connect the the ear to the snout. So you're basically going to do a curved line going in here, and then you're going to connect where the ear meets here and do the snout. Okay, do the top of the head. Now you can either do the eyes, which are two ovals that are kind of leaning over to the left-hand side on the left-hand side, and then you're going to do an oval on the right-hand side, kind of leaning to the right-hand side. And then you also want to do the inside of the eye, the white part of the eye, okay? And then the last part is doing the snout, which is basically like the letter U. And a backwards J. And the J. And there you have your rabbit. Okay, now what you're going to do is after you outlined and traced everything that you did in pencil with Sharpie, the only thing you're going to color in with Sharpie is the outside of the eye. And again, one of our teacher's favorite tools is the Sharpie because it doesn't bleed if you use a marker on top of it. You want to keep the inside of the eye white, okay? So be careful not to color in that area. Then you're gonna, while you're doing this, choose one color to color your bunny. It's best if you use marker, but only if you have a thick marker. If you have a thin marker, I would say that you should use crayon. Because we're coloring in a large area of the bunny, you want to use a wide, thick marker, not a thin marker. So put your cap on the back. I'm going to choose orange. And you can see I'm going to color 5 sections. The ears, 1, 2, the sides of the face, 3, 4, and the shoulders there. So whatever section you want to start with is perfectly up to you. Again, I always like to outline the area if we're using a Crayola marker, and I'm always rotating the paper so you could get to the largest area easiest. And again, the wide marker has a thin marker inside of it. So I'm going to outline the area, and then you just go back and forth in the same direction. And if you're using crayon, it's the same technique. It's good to outline the area because then it doesn't take too long to color it in. So you want to color in the shape of what it is you're coloring, okay? So now I'm going to outline the other ear, and I'm using the tip of the marker to outline near the black area. And then I'm using the wide side of the marker to color it in, because you don't want to color in with the, just want to make sure you can see it. You don't want to color in with the thin side of the marker because then it'll take you like 75 hours. We like to try to do this in one class. So then I'm going back and forth in the direction of the length of the ear. And again, I'm holding it still, and I'm leaning my hands on the paper. Now, when you do one of the cheeks of the bunny here, you have to be mindful, okay, to not lean on an area of your paper so that you might smudge it. Now, take your time in outlining. And the thing about Sharpie is you could kind of go over it a little bit and it doesn't bleed. So again, you want to do nice and neat color in the direction of the shape of the cheek. There we go, one side. And because I don't want to lean on this side, I'm going to flip it around upside down. And again, I'm using my hand to hold it still. And I'm going to outline the shape using the tip of the marker as well as the wide side of the marker. And hopefully by now you have learned to put the cap on the back of the marker so that we don't lose it. And you can outline the eye. And you want to press firmly so that you have the same saturated tones, nice bright colors. And now we're almost done. We're in the home stretch here. All you have to do is the body, the shoulders. So I'm going to outline one side, and then again, I'm going to turn it because it's just easier for me to color when the area is outlined. And you just want to be mindful that you don't get it on your hands. And I'm just going to... Now, even though it's a longer width, I'm still going to color up and down because that is the direction of the line. It's not, even though because we only have kind of like a portrait of a bunny head. So you want to go back and forth, nice and evenly. And if you want, whatever way you want to do, if you want to go from left to right or right to left. And by the way, as you can see, I'm leaning my hand on the table without leaning on top of the area that I'm coloring, so that I have more control. This goes for coloring, this goes for painting. And you just want to make sure that you don't have any white spots if there's any areas that you're going to touch up. And here I have the complete bunny. And if you have time and you want to color the background, you can color the background as well. All right, boys and girls, I can't wait to see what you do.